So one of the big questions I keep getting asked again and again is I don't want to spend too much money. I don't want to waste too much money. I want a next to free option. I want a solid, strong passport and I want it quickly. I wanted to discuss three passport options in this video, which are effectively free. And when I say free, you retain your money. So yeah, you might diversify some cash, and a lot of people want to move money out of their home country. A lot of these countries want to enforce capital control so that the money is in their control, not in your control. And that's where the whole diversification happens. You shift a little bit of money in a foreign country and you could obtain a passport. So in this video, I'm going to cover three options. One is getting a passport by opening a bank account and depositing some funds. Second one is a passport by purchasing a property in the country, one of the best options in 2026. And the third one is one of the most powerful passports that you can obtain fairly quickly, and this is by not even diversifying at all. You're simply showing some monthly income and you can qualify for this option, and you can quickly then acquire one of the most powerful options in the world. I'm going to discuss that in the second half. But before I get started, if you're new to this channel and if you feel that I add value to your decision making, then please take a look at your subscription if you aren't yet subscribed. And a lot of my regular viewers don't realize that they haven't turned on the subscription, so please take a moment, check that and turn it on if you haven't already. Let's first discuss the one that you can get via the bank account opening, right? This functions like a normal citizenship based passport. So it has all the bells and whistles, it has all the visa-free access that you can obtain, and this is from the country of Panama. The beauty of this option is that you get it in a couple of weeks. It's one of the fastest in the world. What can you get in a couple of weeks, right? So yes, this one you can obtain in a couple of weeks once you strike a specific type of residency in the country. I'm going to discuss the details. You can fairly quickly get that passport. Now this is a travel passport, not a citizenship based passport. What does that mean? What that really means is the nationality field is going to say your home country nationality, but the passport is from Panama, and Panama has one of the most powerful passports in the world. So you have all the Schengen access and all that kind of stuff. And there might be a couple of countries that might object, saying, hey, what is this? We have never seen this before. What is going on? And I believe there are only a couple of countries in the EU that might question this. So you want to make sure you connect with the embassy, get the approval, and then you travel. But for all other countries, for all practical purposes, this really works beautifully. The criteria is that you got to show monthly income of $850 USD, and Panama has USD as the main currency. That makes it very special for a lot of people. Panama is the Dubai in Latin America. What that means is the banking is strong. It has great reputation. It has international banking infrastructure. So transactions are going to be practical. Transactions are going to be fast. You're not going to be disappointed by setting up your setup in Panama, a territorial country. Coming back to the qualifying criteria, the $850 a month has to be earned from Panama. And how do you earn that? That's exactly where the bank account comes in play. You create a bank account. So our specialized team helps you create that bank account. Once the bank account is open, you wire funds into this account right from abroad, from your home country banking system, and the amount of money that you put in depends upon how much is required to generate $850 per month. Now approximately, and I'm saying approximately because some banks have a 3.5% interest, some have a 4% interest, and this interest rate fluctuates depending upon when you are striking the fixed deposit. So anywhere from 275k USD to 300k USD, you're simply depositing in your own bank account. So this is not a donation. This is not golden visa fees, nothing. You're not paying this to anyone. Keeping it with yourself. So instead of keeping this in one bank account, you're keeping in your Panama bank account. You lock this in a fixed deposit, and that fixed deposit interest is going to be as I said, it has to be 850 USD per month. And once you strike that, then that's it. We apply for a special type of residency, quickly acquire the residency in a couple of months. And once the residency is in hand, then you apply for the travel passport, takes a couple of weeks, and you can get this option. So this option is purely based on depositing money in a bank account. This is a bridge solution. A lot of people don't necessarily want to travel on their citizenship-based passport. They want to make things really interesting. So they'll get a travel passport and put all the stamps on a travel passport legally. The second option on this list is by purchasing a real estate. Here again, if you make the right investment, and as I said, at any point in time you are interested in striking any of these passport options, we have specialized teams that work on this with immigration, right? So you want speed, you want accuracy, you want certainty, and you want the options. We got it all. We have end-to-end coverage. You can always click the link, book a call. We can have a quick chat, see which one best fits your needs, and then get you started accordingly. The Turkish CBI. This is interesting because of two reasons. One is if you purchase a good property on the open market, and no, you don't have to buy a bloated real estate from the developer. You can work with that team. We can get something on the local market. You purchase this property worth 400k, your property, so you can rent it, you can live in it, you can do what you want. Istanbul airport is one of the most powerfully connected airports in the world. It's a very useful option. Turkey has access to Paraguay, Uruguay, Panama, Chile, all of Latin America, a lot of exotic countries like Morocco, a bunch of places. You can actually enter Albania and Georgia 1 year entry. I think Georgia is 1 year entry. Albania might be slightly less, but Georgia you can enter even using your ID card. So you don't even need your passport to enter Georgia. Simply based on your ID you can enter. So a lot of advantages of the Turkish passport. I'll go into that in some of the video. But by purchasing that real estate worth 400k, you obtain your Turkish passport. How much time does this take? This is not as lightning fast as Panama, but still it takes 6 to 8 months, sometimes slightly more based on your background. But if you're coming from a strong passport country, then 6 to 8 months you can process your Turkish citizenship, and then that way once your time is up, 3 years is not a big long time frame, but after 3 years you can sell your property and the passport is free. And in many cases people actually have made money if you have purchased the right type of real estate, and that's why initially focusing on what you're buying makes some difference. So obviously you take some interest, come to Turkey, work with our real estate team, and then select the right property, and then we apply for your citizenship. So everything happens in-house, end-to-end, and we got you covered. That's the second option. Third option is the best option, the most popular option in 2020. It was in 2025, but it's gaining more popularity in 2025 because in 2026 is because it is a safe country, it's a friendly country, it has a fast immigration system, the passport has great certainty. My head of legal specifically had quoted that, and she is a born and brought up native. She's been working directly with immigration for 11 years. She knows what she's talking about, and we have a full team, right? And one of the big things is that in 6 to 12 months, you actually get the nationality. So yes, you might have to wait for some time, but then you get citizenship fairly certainly, and certainty is what matters. A lot of countries, they quote 2 years like Argentina, but by the time you actually even get the citizenship, sometimes you don't get it, but sometimes even if you get it, it takes several years. So it's not really 2 years, it's 2 years plus several years, which we don't know about. But that's not the case with the country of Uruguay, one of the best countries in the world with one of the best passports in the world. They nicknamed this as the Switzerland of Latin America because it has that European feel in terms of culture, landscape, lifestyle, and that kind of stuff. So if you think the EU or Europe or the actual Switzerland is going to tax the hell out of you, the better option is consider a plan B, a back pocket option, which gives you the passport, which gives you the stability, the security to move your investments in this country of Uruguay. What is the deal? Now, while I'm saying this, you actually qualify for this one because it's ridiculously low. The qualifying criteria is active salary or passive salary. So if you have a rental income, dividend income, savings income, all that is fine. But even if you have a normal job and you're earning $1,200 a month in active salary, then we draft your application, we submit your application. You simply land in Montevideo, right? Just land in Montevideo. That's all that you need. Couple of pieces of documentation that you would need. If you're interested in the entire set of requirements, you can return and take a look at this video. I've covered this with my head of legal in a lot of detail. But your birth certificate, your police certificate, and some couple of additional documents, and the $1,200 per month of proof that you want to show. And this is a direct permanent residency. What do you want? What are you looking for? It's next to free in terms of, when I say next to free, of course, you're going to look at your accommodation, your travel costs, the attorney fees, and those kind of costs are going to be there. But assuming you have a visa free on your passport, let's say you're an American, Canadian, a British national, an Australian, or or any other country that has, or Turkish national for that fact, you can enter Uruguay visa free. And a lot of our Turkish CBI clients have this unique advantage. They can enter Uruguay using the Turkish passport. So let's say you had maybe a Pakistan passport or a Kazakhstan passport which did not have the visa free to Uruguay, but now because you've done the Turkish CBI, you are eligible to enter Uruguay. And we spend 3 days of time. So first day is going to be a health check. Second day is going to be your immigration formality. Third day, you're going to pick up your documents, and that's it. You get interim ID cards. And then in a couple of months, once you get the approval, the permanent residency is ready. You collect it. And of course, you don't have to stay in the country. You can immediately leave on the third day, right? So you only need to be there for 3 days and then you can leave. Once your permanent residency is ready, you can collect it. Entry requirements, pure paper residency. Best country with a paper residency. Too good to be true option. I think soon they might convert this into golden visa option. I really feel they would, because of just how much popularity this is gaining. Before, that queue at the immigration used to be not that much, but since I started talking about this golden gem, hidden gem, the demand is skyrocketing. So this is the right time to strike this and get it before it's gone. And once you get this permanent residency, what do you do with it, right? So if you want to keep it as a back pocket option, just enter once in every 3 years and you're good to go. You can maintain the permanent residency. But if you, as I said, are looking for that powerful world-class passport, and why I think this is one of the best passports in the world is because apart from that crazy visa-free access to most countries that matter, you also have a lifetime indefinite freedom of movement in Mercosur region. What is the Mercosur region? It's all of Latin America. You have Chile, Peru, you have Bolivia, you have Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay. You have all these cluster of different countries. You cannot just go visa free. You can actually settle down, live there, move there, and start your life in that country. You don't require any additional privileges. The fact that you're a Mercosur citizen, you can actually move inside and do what you want. It's like the Schengen in Latin America. So that is quite neat and quite unique, because then you can just move and spend the right amount of time in another country, pick up a passport from that country, so you can keep adding to your portfolio, expands your option. So this is the third option. Now let me know your thoughts on which one out of these three makes the most sense to get for you in 2026 and why. Tell us the reason why. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to learn about all the residency permits that you can get 100% online remotely, sitting at home. Yes, you heard that right. If you want to learn about those permits, hop onto this video. This talks about all those options. All right, catch you in this one.